Or like if we could see it in the background somehow, it's like we go to break now, and then when it comes back, it's like half gone already.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. If we're like, you're like, what happened to your bottle, dude? Welcome once again to Chill Filtered, the podcast where we drink whiskey so you don't have to. But you probably should. You probably are. Hey, that's why we like you. Before we get into anything this week, here we'll talk about some business. Really quick business this week. We have a Discord with a lot of our followers, listeners, viewers, people that are amazing, ballers. And we'd love to share that with you if you're interested. So reach out on Instagram or at chillfilteredpodcast@gmail.com, and we'll get you a part of that Discord. And we'll talk whiskey and other fun things like what's one of our other shopping and kids and stuff. But
yeah, parenting. There's a parenting channel.
Yeah, that's what it is. Parenting. Yeah, which is
girl and boy dads alike in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that is one way you can support us.
The gateway to the Girl Dad podcast was having a parenting channel in the Discord.
You know, we got to realize this Girl Dad podcast because we already have the channel name. So
right. I forgot.
It's only a matter of time before maybe it'll just be like what started as Chill Filter turned into Girl Dads with a lot of whiskey. No, but we'll have to just separate them, of course. But it would be fun. And I could talk to you, I'd talk about how I braid my daughter's hair and how I'm dealing with a lot of emotions and, all these things. It would be fun. I think it would be awesome. But we've already gotten into the Shootin the Breeze. But hey, how about this? I wanted to start off with something scary and something emotional, but something I said I would do. And I'm a little scared to do it. But I have a very special bottle right here. And I'm so scared to do I'm literally what if I regret this? This is the best bottle or the best whiskey I've ever had. Yeah.
Okay.
You guys want to say?
What if I regret this? Now, what would the regret be? Let me put a sentence in your mouth, and you tell me if I'm on the right track or not. Would you end up telling yourself, "Dang it, I wish I'd kept this unopened as a collector's item for the rest of my life"? No. Where's the regret at?
I guess when you open a bottle, you drink the bottle. When you drink the bottle, you finish the bottle. When you finish the bottle, you may not ever find that bottle again.
And what's that called?
Trap.
Everyone say it together.
Called fondia, the fear of never drinking it again. And I do have a little bit of that. But heck, there are still some of these bottles out there. And even though it was a 2016 release, heck, I might outdo it soon. Maybe the next release from Buffalo Trace is going to be outdoing this. Maybe the next release from Heaven Hill or Wild Turkey would outdo this. But that's how it goes in the whiskey world. I'm telling myself this as I say it.
That's how it goes.
But we got to open it. We got to do it.
Open it. Let's hear that paper crack a lack in here. Why don't you hold that up to the microphone?
Let me. So it's the plastic on top of the tax seal.
Oh yeah, did we actually say what this is yet? Did we do this again?
This is E.H. Taylor Seasoned Wood. This is the 2016 release from the E.H. Taylor Special Editions. I have had it a good few times. Every time it is just heavenly, pure heavenly. Best thing I ever drank. And the last time I had it actually was 4 years ago. And that was when Brandon Hunt from Bourbon Charity. He gave me the dregs of his bottle. And he's like, celebrate it when your daughter's born. And my daughter's birthday is this week.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Man, we've got a lot
I'm stalling at this point.
I know. Yeah. While you contemplate your life decisions over there, I feel like we've got a lot of birthday things to talk about and stuff. It's like Emma's got a birthday coming up. Yeah. I just had a birthday. Both your kids' birthdays are coming up. Yeah. Now, speaking of birthdays, so my family was in town recently. So much fun. On my birthday, we had just a mega pool day. It was pool all day. and I grilled hamburgers and hot dogs, and we were hanging out, and we were just drinking whiskey all day. And then another old family friend came over to the house, and he brought this bottle for me.
Ooh.
See how there's a little neck thing on this guy right here?
Yeah, that looks like a pick, maybe?
This is a 13th Colony bourbon pick. And never in my life have I had or seen a bourbon pick. I've gotten lucky on some rye picks, but I got me a bourbon pick here. He gave it to me.
You don't have to mention who they are, but do I know them?
No, you don't know them. It's actually an old friend of my brother's who lives in Phoenix now.
So, but does he know how to get bottles like that?
Well, so
is he just lucky?
Apparently, somebody at his company picked a barrel with 13th Colony, or maybe cool. one of his company's customers picked a barrel and shared a bunch of bottles with them, or it was something like that, where it was kind of like a business gift kind of situation. And so he still had a handful of these, and he was like, yeah, here, no, go ahead and keep that one. So I cracked it open right away, of course, and we all gave it a shot, and it's good. I want to say it's better than the 2025 cask strength and the 2024 cask strength, of course. But that's what I'm sipping right now as my pre-entry buzz.
We should do a what whiskey would you choose sometime where it's maybe not it's not but have you ever gone to someone who doesn't appreciate whiskey as much as you do, and they have this bottle that you're really impressed with? Because that's happened to me a few times where I'm like, do you realize what you have in your cabinet? And they're like, I don't know, I just found it on the shelf. It looked cool.
He pulled it out of his bag, and so immediately I was like, whoa, cool. He found the 2025 cask strength somewhere when it was on the shelf somewhere. But then I honed in, and I saw the foil sticker on the neck, and I was like, I know the 2025 cask strength does not have a sticker on the neck. And then cool. I was like, oh my God, is that a bourbon pick? And he was baffled. He was like, how did you know what this is? I was halfway across the room from you. But cool. When you know what the bottles look like and everything, and you're familiar with it, you just know.
Eagle eye. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
No, that's sweet.
Yeah. So have you made any progress over there on your task?
All right, here we
go. Oh, he hasn't done anything yet.
I got the plastic off, which is theoretically replaceable at this point. I haven't gone too far.
Okay, good. Baby steps.
All right, here we go. This is big.
This is big.
I got to be careful with the cork too, because it's a almost 10-year bottle. So, that's true. Here we go.
Deep breaths. Fingernail across the paper. Fingernail across the paper.
Scary, man. Scary. I gotta take a breath. It's
Cole, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud.
All right, slow.
A moment of silence, everyone.
It's moving. That's the good news. It's not ripping. No. Look at that. It's happening.
Oh, baby, this is it.
I'm not gonna drink it today. I've told myself this. I don't know why. Maybe I should.
You should.
I don't have any extra glasses. Well, yeah, I do have one extra glass.
You should go.
It's almost fitting because we're drinking a Buffalo Trace wheated bourbon today, and this is a Buffalo Trace wheated bourbon. This is, I believe, the only wheated release from E.H. Taylor.
You're doing it.
Ready?
Yes.
There it is.
Ooh, baby.
All right, we got to drink it, I guess. I got this extra glass here.
You absolutely.
you did it last week with your best. So I got to do it. Yeah, that smells so good.
You savor that. You savor that for a sec. So pre-entry buzz. I got this 13th Colony. This is the I just brushed my teeth 45 minutes ago pour to get me going. And so since we're doing William Larue Weller today, I was like, I have to stick in the Weller line. I've got this Weller foolproof pick here from a store called Bad Habits here in Phoenix. Nice. What better to pregame before a William Larue Weller than just with Weller foolproof? Cole is either so disgusted or so elated.
Good.
Good. Oh, that's great.
They say with seasoned wood, they did a enzyme rich bath in which they put the seasoned staves in before turning those seasoned staves and enzyme-rich staves into a barrel. I don't know what that means, but I don't care.
It means they sprinkled some MSG on there to make
exactly.
something better. Yeah, yeah.
Oh. So, the good news is this is probably what I intended to buy.
Oh, like it's not counterfeit or something crazy
it's not
like
counterfeit,
that?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, let's go for the sip.
Awesome. I will monologue here while you do that. I've got my William Larue Weller here, my 2023 that I'm excited to compare against the 2021 that we're drinking today. And Cole's sitting back in his chair.
Yep, that's it.
Good. Oh. Good. See, it was worth it.
So here's what we got to do is that I'm not going to give you any notes on this. We're going to drink it together on that episode that we do the Parker's Heritage.
Yeah.
And then I'll let you figure out how, that it is better than the Parker's Heritage.
For sure. Man, I wish it was closer to Christmas and that like our Christmas
that would be a cool Christmas episode.
Could be us drinking both of these.
Alas.
But, I also kind of don't want to wait until Christmas.
Yeah. There's no reason.
Yeah. Christmas in July. How about that? We could do some elite marketing. Elite marketing on our episodes and say it's a Christmas in July episode. How about that?
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. Oh, it's so good,
man. You're gonna drink.
Sometimes you wonder, like, am I making this up? Is this as good as I remember?
Yeah,
it is. As good as I remember. Yeah.
You're gonna sip the 2021 William Larue Weller now, and you're gonna be like, "This is garbage."
Honestly, yeah, I might. Yeah, I mean that's incredible. So anyway, what else do we have to talk about? We're
Well, I'll tell you right here over my right shoulder here.
I've got some koshers.
All 3 Buffalo Trace koshers over here. So that was I've been sitting on these for like 2 years. I'm pretty sure I picked them up like 2 years ago. And so I was, we were having that mega pool day and we were drinking all sorts of whiskey. And then it was like, this is it. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Let's open all the koshers and let's try those too. And I'll be honest, I was impressed. Nice. Like, granted, I'd probably been drinking a lot of other stuff too. It's kind of like when you're at a bottle share and everything in the middle of the day tastes great. But wheat recipe and straight rye both had this they both had this like dusty characteristic where I felt like if I was age guessing, I would have guessed like over 10 maybe. They were way better than I thought they were going to be.
Nice.
And then the rye recipe, that one actually didn't really stand out in my mind. So rye recipe bourbon didn't really stand out too much. But the wheat and the rye, straight rye, they were good, real good.
We've done both the bourbons on the podcast. Episode 175, we did the wheat recipe. And then episode 212, we did the rye recipe bourbon. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So I guess we got to do the straight rye now, eh?
Yeah. I have one too. So we don't even have to share samples.
Yeah.
I think it might be in the pool too.
Would that not be a great drink along if we were somehow able to get like at MSRP and everything, get all 3 enough, and then like an entire like quarter kit could be like the 3 koshers. That'd be really cool.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Maybe
one
someday.
Of these days. Yeah. Beck's birthday's on Saturday, and we're having a party for both Beck and Gray. And
exciting. Happy birthday to them.
Yeah, they're stoked. Beck especially. I mean, she's turning 4, so it makes more sense. But Gray doesn't even know what's going on. Dude, Gray, I'll leave it at that for the party. Gray is going through a very tough phase right now. She is, like I've told you before, like she can get angry quick, but it fades pretty quick too. Like she's just these bursts of emotions. And not so much for Beck. If Beck's feeling emotional, she'll stay emotional. But usually she's not that emotional. But when it comes, it stays. Yeah. But Gray's like, I'm going to throw this thing on the ground. I don't care. But like these days, it's like amplified. Like it's like this morning, she got upset about something. Or it was yesterday, actually. She got upset about something. I don't even remember what it was, but it was quick. And she's just like, let me be destructive. Like that's her outlet of emotion, is like, let me be destructive. And she'll look for something to throw or push, and it's weird because like Beck was not like that at all. And we're like, what's going on here? Because Beck would never be like destructive. But I get it. Like some kids are, different, and some kids are, handle emotions differently. And then it makes total sense. But we're like, dang it, we thought we had this like 2-year-old stage figured out from Beck. But like, Gray, like, here's what'll happen is like Beck might hit, but we'll tell her that's not okay, and she'll listen. But like Gray, like we're like, all right, it's time for bed. And she's like, I don't want to go to bed. And we're like, well, we're still going to walk up the stairs and go to bed. And she'll start hitting out of anger. And we're like, what do you do? And so I'll grab her hands and kind of hold them down. And then she'll try to bite my hand.
Oh my gosh.
This is like, I love Gray with all my heart. And Gray, when you listen to this one day, just know that I love you so much. But it is a challenge to figure this one out, because I am not used to that with children. Of like, I'm used to that with like crazy children. That's a really bad way to
not
put it.
My children.
But not my children. No.
Yeah.
But we're figuring that one out. We're figuring out.
You got to get this girl a punching bag, man. A healthy outlet for her to just go to it and be like, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, like yesterday. I mean, when I said she like got upset, she was like, let me find something off the table that I can throw on the ground. Then I told her no, and then she walked over to the chair and just started to push it out of anger. And then on top of that, she was like, she reached into my wife's purse and was like, I'm gonna do destruction on this. And we're like, dude, what are you doing? Like, I don't know. I love her, but she's a challenge. And I think that's kind of the fun thing about being a dad is like, I mean, not for you, because you only have one child. That's true. But like, it's different. And but the beauty is like, Emma's very different than Beck. And they're both first children. And these kind of things is like, it's a lottery. Like you get what you get, and you got to make do with it, And I think that's kind of fun about kids is like, it's an adventure. But it's funny that Gray is that way, because I'm like, I didn't expect that, Gray.
Right. Yeah, her doing that is not funny, but it's funny how you never know what you're
100%. And then the funny thing is that we'll tell Beck something and she will truly hear it. She will be like, I know you're right. That is not the good thing to do. I should listen next time. Gray, she has no desire to listen. Like if she's in one of her like, moods or whatever, like you can tell her something, she's not going to hear you. And it's just so weird because like children are so different. Each child is very different. And Gray is like not happy. Like she might even know what she's doing is wrong. She probably does, in fact, but she's not influenced by that. When Beck very much is influenced by what she's doing is wrong or right, which is typical first and second child syndrome. But it's just funny to me. She's a hoot. I love her. I don't know. That's the fun thing is like, nonetheless, I love both my children so much. So yeah,
for sure. Yeah. Emma is in swim lessons now. Yeah. So she's had a couple already, and she like we've been having them every day. I guess maybe
do they come
lady
to your house?
Really, no, we go to a lady's house. But cool. I mean, it is a business that she runs.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
And she's got
it's money.
Everything set up like clockwork, where everybody has like 10-minute slots where like you show up 5 minutes before and then you're ready to go. So when the one kid gets out, then you bring your kid over and she takes your kid and she practices dunking them and practices making their little legs kick and practices all this stuff. And then when the 10 minutes are up, she has your kid in lots of practice of like, get to the wall and grab the wall and monkey climb across the wall to get to the stairs. Like
she knows
that kind of like safety stuff,
Yeah.
So she's done 2 now, and we've got a third. Like even today at 4:00, we've got to head over there. So we it's been really funny to see how she reacts. The first time she's actually been in a really fussy time lately where she's extremely clingy to Sam lately.
Oh, yeah.
And like with me, it's whatever. If I pass her off, she's like, whatever, that's fine. But when mom gives her to someone else, she's like, I want to go back to my mom. So like there are times when, like, if she's playing alone with herself, like if she's on her own doing her own thing, and it's like nice, like solo playtime, she needs to not even be able to see Sam at all. But then, like,
I get that.
If something needs, if there's some intervening that needs to happen, if I go in and I, help her sit back up, or if I whatever, I can do that, and then I can leave and she doesn't freak out.
But when she sees Sam, she's like, wait, I am not with mommy right now.
She's like, pick me up right now.
No, it makes total sense.
Yeah. But good progress on the swim lessons, at least for now. She cried probably 8 out of the 10 minutes the first time. And then she only cried about 3 out of the 10 minutes the second time.
Next time she'll cry -2 out of the first 10 minutes.
Hopefully. Anti-crying. The thing that she seems to dislike the most is when her ears go below water, because she'll practice like laying back, and then as soon as the water comes up over her ears, she's just like,
it's scary.
For sure.
But
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
Beck's in lessons too, and we've been going like official businesses, and they just were kind of unorganized, but finally we're like, all right, we're just gonna go to someone in our neighborhood who does her services at the community pool for our neighborhood.
Cool.
That's been good. She actually had a really great lesson like last week, and so we're planning on keeping that up. And
nice.
So it's a little more focused, luckily, and she's one-on-one too, which is, like you were saying, it's very good. So
obviously this child needs to love water if she's in this family. I don't know that I've ever said this on the podcast, but we scuba dive. I mean, I think you knew this, at least, right?
I don't think I knew that.
So Sam, she grew up on a tiny Pacific island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. So like everyone there scuba dove. If scuba dove is
scuba
the right
dived.
Scuba diving did. Thanks. So anyway, of course, it was a requirement for me that I get my scuba diving certification.
You're like second date with Sam. She's like, well, let's figure this one out. You got to learn.
she's like, here, I got you this scuba diving textbook. You need to read this, and we're going to do this class. But no,
get you certified real quick.
Anyway, so she's done hundreds of dives in her life. I've done maybe 20 to 30.
Nice.
But
it reminds me of my what do you call it? My experience with Disney World. It's like I married into it, and I was forced to learn it.
Some of that for me too, for sure. But anyway, Emma's got to be a water baby for sure, and she's obviously getting her scuba diver certification as soon as she's old enough. Obviously,
no, that's cool. I'm also like I learned to swim before I even remember learning to swim. I was competing at 5 years old. Not like good. I wasn't like good, but I learned to swim laps by the time I was 5 years old.
Is that why you love Olympic swimming so much, you think?
100%. Because it was like, I mean, I swam on the high school swim team and stuff like that, where it was like, I very much appreciate swimming and competitive swimming. But I decided not to do it in college, and I decided I didn't want to continue after high school. But I mean, I told you, have I told you this? My mom was a very good swimmer.
No, I don't think so. No.
So my mom missed the Olympics in '76 by 1,000th of a second. They don't even count by thousandths anymore.
Oh my gosh. Well, if she'd done the Phelps thing where she didn't take that extra stroke, man, that was
stroke.
That was Phelps, right?
Yeah, it was Phelps. It was, dude, I get pumped up about that. Like,
yeah.
I'm not a sportsy guy, but that I get pumped up about. But yeah, she was. I mean, she can keep up with me to this day. Like, if we were to swim together, she would just be on my level. And she's like 33 years older than me. So yeah,
nice. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. I know we're almost done here, but I almost forgot to drink my entry buzz. I just poured a little Weller Full Proof. Man, the cherry on this thing, cherry and oak, and just a smidge fiery, just a smidge cinnamon fiery, but like cherry and oak, man. That's good.
I thought of doing Weller Full Proof. I have one right there. But I decided to go wheat in a different direction. And I decided to go Heaven Hill 19-year wheat whiskey. But it's good. But in comparison to seasoned wood, it is trash. Like, that's how different it is.
Well, I guess just curious.
Oaky.
Sentiment today, like try to take it into a vacuum here, like forget the seasoned wood. How is it hitting you today versus how you remember our review was previously?
About the same. Like, it's got some nice decent maturity to it. The oak is very present, but the oak is a little more present if I take the vacuum out than the seasoned wood. But it's still good. No, it's I think I really appreciate the maturity of it and the age of it. But yeah. I will say one thing about the seasoned wood is on the smaller sips that I take, it is a little light. Still best whiskey ever, but it's not as full bodied as I remember. But it's still amazing. But it might just be that I was taking small sips.
Yeah, you got to take bigger sips. You got to chug that thing for it to be good. Man.
Straight from the bottle.
Right.
Yeah. Like it's one of those things where it's like you realize that I have like a problem where it's like you know they say with like addiction and stuff, they'll be like, once you take one sip or one whatever, you can't say no after that. And it's like, what if that were the case with the seasoned wood, where it's like I take a sip and then I'm chugging the bottle in the next step. So
I know, or like if we could see it in the background somehow, it's like we go to break now, and then when it comes back, it's like half gone already.
That would be hilarious. We're like, you're like, what happened to your bottle, dude? But so I will courier you 2 full 2-ounce samples, one for the pool and one for the comparison pour.
Beautiful.
Your best,
the Parkers likewise, obviously.
Are we good? I think
we're good.
Yeah, we went a little long, but that's okay. We had a fun time. All right, we'll be right back after this quick break, and we'll talk about history of William Larue Weller. This episode is sponsored by our Patreon supporter and coastal sage, Miles Ferguson of North Carolina. Miles doesn't just drink scotch, he communes with it, especially the smoky, stormy stuff of Islay. Some say he once stared into a dram of Ardbeg so long it stared back and offered him life advice. He lives near the beach where the sea breeze mixes with the scent of peat and wisdom. He bikes along the coast, not for exercise, but because the wind tells him secrets. And when the tide is just right, he swears he can taste the salt air in a Lafroig before it even hits the glass. They say Miles once taught a masterclass in patience by slowly sipping a cask-strength scotch while explaining to a beachside seagull the concept of chill filtration. Hey, that's somewhat the name of the podcast. The bird wept. Miles, thank you for your support, your wisdom, and your tireless pursuit of well-balanced peat. You make Chill Filtered cooler just by being here. We're back. And we're amazing.
Yeah, heck
That's all I got to say. Drink along this weekend. we're going to figure it out, but we better do it this weekend because we hope to do it in June and not push it back another month like we have been doing lately.
I'm sure we can work something out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. The hard part is that Emma's birthday is one of the days of the weekend, and then Gray's birthday is another day of the weekend. So
June is a busy month.
Yeah, it really is. Shout out to Cody Clark. Cody with a K, that is. Cody Clark is amazing. What a baller for sending us some samples. We're hoping to do a cool episode on something he's sending soon. And he sent a little extra too, which makes him a certifiable double ding baller. That's the notes this week. This is not our first William Larue Weller episode. We've gone even as far back. Do you know how far we've gone back in the not the age statement, the vintages of William Larue Weller? It's one of the oldest bottles we've ever drank it in.
No.
2009.
Whoa. I was going to guess, like, if I had to guess, I was going to say like 14.
Yeah. Wow. Though we did do 15, and I'll get to that. So we did the 2015 episode 28 a long time ago.
Wow.
Then we featured the 2020 release for episode 122. That was sent to us by, actually the 2015 was sent to us by a good friend of me, Trevor Priday, but the 2020 was sent to us by the distillery. And then episode 188, we drank the 2009. That was a Brandon Hunt joint of Bourbon Charity. What a baller. And so I thought for today's history, we'd cover the history of not the person, William Larue Weller, but just the history of the bottle and the release itself. So not much. Like I put together the history here, and I was like, oh, there's not a lot to go with here. But either way, we'll go through it and we'll enjoy it together. So this was introduced in 2005. There was a hiatus of weeded bourbons in the antique collection for a little bit. That's because William Larue Weller replaced W.L. Weller 19.
Oh my gosh.
19 went from 2000, 2001, and 2002. And then there was a break. And then William Larue was kicked into the system at 2005. So there were 2 years without a weeded bourbon in the antique collection. But could you imagine Weller 19?
No, sir.
Goodness. And it was 90 proof. Yeah. It would have been crazy.
Yeah. 90 proof.
It would have been crazy.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Anyway, I've seen it every now and then on unicorn auctions. You'll see.
For real? How much does it go for?
Oh, easily $4,000 or something. I don't know. You got to look it up while I'm talking.
Well, so honestly, genuinely, I wasn't sure if you were going to say $4,000 or $40,000. Like,
I want to say I was surprised last time I looked how low it was comparatively to what I expected it to be.
Yeah. Well, when you grab one, hit me up.
Weller, when you grab one, hit you up. No, I will.
Oh, wow.
You know me, big spender.
Yeah, right. This dude cracks all his big spender bottles.
Yeah.
Look at this guy.
Annual release. It's part of the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection. And these days, that is prior to this coming year, it was a 5-bottle collection. But we're adding a bottle this year, and that's the E.H. Taylor. Just, what is it? Is
Taylor.
It just, yeah. So that's cool.
Did they even do an official press release yet?
I don't think they did. Yeah.
Searching our email. No.
So William Larue, you see it?
Nope.
Yeah. It's not even real. It was just on that one website with that guy that I doubted his credibility.
Right.
No, but it was a what is it? TBA? What is it? ATF? No.
Yeah, the label approving.
Yeah, exactly.
Clause. Yeah. But still though, Buffalo Trace has not sent out an email. Their official. PR company has not sent out an email yet that says this. I have a feeling
it'll be in September.
Yeah,
or
it
October,
seemed legitimate, but I guess
it does seem legit. Or maybe they're just messing with us at this point.
Yeah. Right.
Anyway, William Larue Weller is part of the weeded bourbon mash bill. Which means that it is mostly corn in the mash bill, but outside of that, there is wheat. And I assume there's more wheat than malty bees, but we don't know. It's definitely not rye. That's what I do know. It is uncut and unfiltered and bottled at barrel proof, typically between about 125 to 135. Very rare and collectible. All right. Can you name the highest proof of the releases of William Larue?
I know there's a hazmat. So if I had to guess, I would say 141.2.
You were very close. It was 140.2, and that was the 2014 release. Do you know what the lowest proof was?
Actually, I don't have a good guess for that. Tell me.
What's the lowest Stag or George T. Stag?
119?
116.9.
116.9.
This is close. It's 117.9. That was the 2007 release. Do you know what the oldest William Larue Weller is?
Oldest. No, I have absolutely zero clue about WLW ages.
So here's the thing: is that outside of 2 of the umpteenth releases, they have all been 12 years, except for 2 years: the 2006 and the 2009. 2009 was 11 years 7 months. A little low.
So close.
But the 2006 was a 15-year 3-month. It was 129.9 proof. But there were only 22 barrels that were used. That was the lowest barrel count that we know of. They stopped doing barrel counts in 2019. Yeah.
2006? You said?
That was 2006. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Good to know. Yeah. I'm logging that one away in the brain here. That sounds awesome.
Stick. That's for sure.
Yeah, right.
And then since the beginning, they've gotten more and more barrels. But then, in 2019, they stopped saying how many barrels there were of each release. The most recent one, besides what we're drinking today, it was the 2024. It was a 12-year, 6 months. And let's be real, they've been 12 years, 6 months since 2017. They haven't deviated from that age statement, including the months. And last year's, the 2024, was a 125.8 proof. And it was It was good. They were repping it hard on their press release. And I'm like, dude, with that Eagle Rare 17 won it last year.
Dude.
But here's what we're drinking today. The 2023, which is a 12-year, 6-month.
Wait,
it is.
Please hold. No, pause. Not pause. But the sample in our pool is 2021.
Oh, I thought we were drinking the 2023 today.
Did I send you a sample of 2023?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Episode on it.
Okay, very good.
So we're drinking that?
Cool. Yeah, sure, absolutely. Well, I already poured the 2021 in Glenn's right here.
That's going to be the perfect re-entry buzz sample. So pour it back.
I will pour it back. I have the cleanest Glenn's. I'll pour it back. But that's so funny because I was sitting here already nosing my 2023. I was nosing my 2023.
Nice.
And like I was getting ready to like sip, and because I thought we were about to drink 2021, and so that's so funny.
I love the idea of drinking 2021 now, especially in comparison to the seasoned wood. But I love the idea that heavenly pour is in the pool, and that we'll drink that.
I know. Yeah. I honestly, because this was, you asked me, should we do the William Larue Weller? And like, I felt a little guilty, but I was like, heck yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, I was like, but it's such a cool pool sample to have.
Yeah.
But anyway, so read the stats on the 2023 while I get the world's smallest funnel to put this back in.
That sounds great. Of course, it is, same as what we talked about, the wheated bourbon mash bill, same as Pappy Van Winkle, same as standard Weller, same as all the Weller line, except for Daniel and Millennium, I think, technically these days. It is 133.6 proof, so it is one of the higher proofs from the line. It was distilled in spring of 2011. And the barrel char was number 4, which was they charred it for 55 seconds, according to their press release. Evaporation loss, take a guess. 12 years, 6 months.
Dude, 84%.
Not that high, but it was 66. Okay. So they lost 2/3 of the whiskey to evaporation loss. And then we don't know, like I said, how many barrels or bottles, but there were probably more than the early years. So in 2023, this was 125 retail for the bottle. But it's what do you think a 2023 secondary would be? Like 1,200?
1,200 plus or minus 100 because of my uncertainty with it. Like I want to say it's because it used to be WW was like 1,400 flat all day, every day. But then when prices came down a bit, I think WLW's recent years came down to maybe 1,200 ish. But interestingly enough, when prices came down a bit, Eagle Rare has always stayed at 1,400. Eagle Rare
People
17
are figuring it out.
Never came down. Yeah. It's also, I think it's the least produced one too.
Yeah. Well, SAS 18 too. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, actually that might be the least produced one. I can't not nose the glass that 2021 was in.
You gotta, dude. That's honestly, if I were to give my top 5 whiskeys, that's on it easily.
I had poured it into 3 Glens, one for water, ice, and whatever.
Nice.
I'll just reuse these for my water and ice on the 2023, I guess. But God, that's so great.
Great nose.
So great.
Fruity, bright fruity. I don't always get that with William Larue Weller. Sometimes I get more of an earthy note on the nose and especially the palate. Great, sweet character to this guy.
Wait a minute.
You can tell there's a little proof there on the nose.
All right. Finally getting around to nosing this guy. There's a big medicinal cherry for me. The proofy I kind of interpret as like a kind of chalky, a chalky bite. But there's good stewed fruits here that it makes it so the heat doesn't hit too stingy. It's like there's good fruity, syrupy viscosity here. Plenty of cherry though, for sure.
Yeah. I took a sip myself, and it is a little heat. There is a little heat there that almost distracts you from the notes of the palate. But the notes of the palate that you do get are really good. Cherries, apples, green apples, more than what you typically get from like a baking apple from the mash bill number 1 or 2. That's what I love about the Weller or the wheated mash bill from Buffalo Trace is it's like green apples to me, and like candy green apples. I love it.
Yeah. I get I want to say chocolate covered cherry, but I'm definitely not getting a chocolate note. What I'm getting is just the filling from the chocolate covered cherries. So there's the creamy white stuff that's in there, and the candy cherry. That is what I'm getting. It's a vanilla. There's a creamy vanilla going on here along with the cherry, and a good amount of oak, but the oak is accompanied by all the heat, kind of like a little cinnamony, like I said earlier. It's a little cinnamony, it's a little hot burny because of that proof, along with all that oak too. I think I totally agree with you on the palate being a little distracting due to the heat. But you can tell everything's there. Everything you want to taste is all there. But it is a smidge hotter than I hoped.
Yeah, that's the thing, is I think it's a little hotter than I hoped is the best way to put it. That being said, I think a drop or 2 of water might actually open this guy up in the most beautiful way, which I'm really excited about. Because here's the difference: is the 2021 was 125.3 proof. And that one, is like top notch. Best William Larue I've ever had. That being said, too, this has no earthiness on it, which I love. It's fruity, it's bright, It is not grassy or earthy. It is, and like I've enjoyed earthy William Larue Wellers, but I enjoy them more when they're not, to be honest.
Yeah, totally agree that this is not like funky. It's not funky. It's not earthy. It's kind of dry oak, almost cedar. But the heat, the like ABV heat part of this, it really is like cinnamon candy. Like, like the way that it stings your mouth is not like, oh, I just drank a disgusting tequila shot. Like it's not ABV burn of alcohol burn. It's a burn of like tingly, spicy cinnamon tingly. That's that. So it's like, if you think about it, it's not a disgusting burn. It's a like, I'm having a particular type of candy that I can understand not everybody enjoys, like cinnamon red hots kind of thing. But look how much of this I have left.
Oh, it's beautiful.
See that in there? See that in there? You can see Bill back here. See Mr. Bill Weller himself. Billy Wells. Billy Wells.
Billy L. Wells.
Billy L. Wells. I like it.
The nose with a few drops of water is heavenly.
Nice. I'm on it.
Have you ever tried this with water? I doubt it.
I'm not sure. But like at the same time, I'm a little like sad that I went through this much of the bottle without even trying it with water first.
Dude, it smells so like this is a 25 out of 25 nose.
Dang. I've got a
perfect score nose. Yeah.
Solid ounce in here. So I went ahead and did 3 drops in my solid ounce in here. Got a good healthy water pour.
Oh, I can smell this all day.
Oh man. I think the creaminess shows through a little more on the nose. Like it comes across more sugary with water.
Yeah, white sugary too.
For sure.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. This is my sweet spot on nose. Like honestly, I give this a perfect score on the nose. Awesome. And that's hard to do. Yeah. Let
me get my 2021 back out.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
it's so funny too because I normally don't pour while you're going through the history, but I was like, it's William Larue Weller. I feel like I should give it a chance to breathe a little bit while you're going through the notes. So it's like I wouldn't normally do that. So I like extra ruined it today. That was great.
No, it's all good. The palate follows. Palate's better than the neat. It's not overwhelmed by heat. This honestly competes with, as far as I remember, 2021 when you add a few drops. Isn't that good? That's a knee slapper.
Yeah, it's a bar top slapper right there.
Yeah.
That okay. The cinnamon burn was still there, but it came later.
Yeah.
And I got a lot more through the front and mid of the sip was candy cherry, candy. It was very candy fruity, very sugary fruity. A little less oak, like it was more sweet, sugary, ripe fruit all around. God, ripe fruit.
This is phenomenal. This might be the best score I've given all year, but I'm not giving that yet.
Ooh, tease.
But yeah, that is good. That is good.
Okay. Now I'm stuck on the nose now. Again, like I'm still on the water pour. The nose is coming across a little funky now.
Oh yeah, in a good way or bad way?
In a good way. There's a mustiness. There's a mustiness here that like,
oh, it's so good.
It just comes across like a damp, dank basement kind of thing.
Love this. I am scared of what ice will do this because I hope it doesn't go too far in the other direction.
I'm actually going to add like one more drop
for
of water
science.
You know we love science on this podcast.
We're science people. That's us. All right. Giving it the old spin J with the cube. Hey. Do you ever realize that this gets colder and more volume when you add ice?
I meant to say last time this joke happened on the show. The other day, Jim was here.
Jimmy M.
Jimmy M. And he totally made that joke. And like he pulled it from the show. Like, yeah, well, I did notice that when I added ice, it got colder.
What a baller!
Like, yes.
What a true baller the Jim Mathwig is. Yeah.
You know, honestly, it takes a really astute palate to notice that it gets colder with ice.
Yeah.
Because, you know, some people don't even. Yeah.
Yeah. I tell it's colder. Yeah. With my nose.
Ooh.
Yeah. No, I don't.
Digging out a cube. Fire in the hole.
It's still good. Still good, but not even close to the water pour. Who would have thunk? Who would have thunketed that William Larue Weller would be better with some water?
You know, all right. How many people in the world of all time do you think have added ice to William Larue Weller?
We might be one of 100 in this world.
I was thinking about the same. I mean, like, maybe like I can't imagine it's in the thousands. I can imagine that it's in the hundreds.
Yeah. The hard thing is it's not worth it.
Man, I'm not getting anything on the nose anymore.
Yeah.
Like barely oak. Barely
still
oak.
Getting some sweet, some fruity, some like appley, even green appley, but light. Like it's like a mixture of green apples and baked apples. Like it's yeah. But I'm sad that it wasn't as good with the ice on the palate. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like ruining it. Yeah.
It's like this is the classic example of a way that a bourbon gets ruined with ice.
Yeah.
Like all I can taste is just a little bit of bitter oak, but like any other flavor is just totally gone and it's not worth talking about at all.
I mean, I still get some sweetness, fruitiness, but it wasn't worth it at all. Yeah, to add ice. So now you know, listener, viewer.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't add ice to your William Larue Weller. Man, I'm really getting tongue-tied
from 2023 today. Specifically.
Yeah, right. But if you get anything other than 2023, definitely add ice. Yeah. And let us know how it is.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier the green apple note, the classic Buffalo Trace green apple note. And I meant to call that out too, that I totally agreed. It's the green apple note like cuts through the stewed fruits. It keeps it bright. Like I think the brightness and the like kind of acidity bite like comes from that like green apple note. I totally agree with that.
Dude, green apple is the name of the game. Even Weller Special Reserve, I get nice green apple on. Nice.
Weller Special Reserve, best whiskey sour pour. Prove me wrong.
I could see that. Hey, maybe I'll do that.
I
still have I got a handle of Special Reserve, and so maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, you could make a couple gallons of whiskey sour with that. I don't know.
Exactly. Or at least most one or most of
them.
I'm like, what is
in my head, I'm like, quick, how many ounces is in a 1.75 and how many ounces is in a gallon?
In a gallon.
How many meters in a gallon?
Liters in a gallon. There are 3.78. So yeah, half of that ish, not even.
Okay.
Is
half
in
gal
the handle. Yeah.
Half gal whiskey sour. Yeah.
Yeah, half gal. That was a nickname in college.
What a gal.
What a half gal.
I know. It's like we should just stop before this goes into bad territory. Yeah. Bad joke territory.
Dude, I was playing Cards Against Humanity with some churchy friends the other day. It was a blast.
Recently? Yeah. Oh, man, I love it. Like, I haven't played in so long. I need to. But go ahead. What happened?
Yeah. No, it was just great. It was like...
particularly... do you have any, like, favorite cards that stick out in your mind as, God, I love when that gets played.
The hardworking...
I know exactly what you're gonna say.
That was great. Yeah, I probably shouldn't say that on the podcast. Yeah.
Right.
But that's one of my favorites. I can't like it might hit me later, but my favorite way to play either apples to apples or Cards Against Humanity is I need it to be chaotically random, but also somewhat related. Like it can't just be like out of nowhere. It has to be like somewhat connected, but also like off the deep end in some weird way.
Sure.
Yeah.
Totally agree. Yeah. So I'll tell you one thing that I always did. And I recommend. I imagine people don't really play Cards Against Humanity anymore. I think it had its day in the sun, but it might be a little overdone now. But every time you have people over to play, or just when it's that person's first time playing with you, you give them a white and a black blank card and have them do it.
And you let them write it in. Yeah,
exactly. So like almost everyone I've ever played Cards Against Humanity with has a white and a black card that they wrote in and they signed their name at the bottom. And that's in my biggest, blackest box.
I like that. I remember one combo yesterday and it was things white people like. And it was the winner was Crab Rangoon.
We can't order Chinese food in this house without getting too many Crab Rangoon. Like, dude, I totally agree.
Love me a Crab Rangoon. The funny thing was we were playing with a African American couple friends, and it just made it amazing because like there is certain, they have a lot of racial cards in there, and it just made it kind of fun of like making
as long as everyone is open-minded and loving, it is
and
hilarious.
Yes. 100%. Yeah, it was fun. I like that game. So don't drink this with ice.
Right.
Avoid it. But try it with water. Honestly, it was like to a magnitude of like 30% better with water, in my opinion.
Yeah, like I have this much left and this is still neat here in my hand. I'm tempted to actually add water to this.
Do it
to the rest of it. I should probably do one sip at least.
I give this honestly a very high score. On the numerical score rating, I give this a 9.63. This is phenomenal. This is heavenly. Especially with a few drops of water. This is right up my alley.
So what? Well, go ahead. Give a couple more. Sorry.
No, yeah. I love this. This is amazing. This is one of the better Larue Wellers I've ever had. Yeah.
Good. Is there anything, and like score aside, I know because we're just plucking numbers out of the ether. What else do you recall in podcast history that you've kind of like, what hits you on the 963 level? Like where are you taking this?
The 2021 Larue Weller hits up a little higher.
Yeah.
But still up there. Like I think the highest score I've ever given was the seasoned wood, which was I believe a 9.7. So that's a high praise. As a 9.63 is very high praise.
Yeah, I totally agree. And like I feel like when I came on the podcast, I implemented a letter scale because I kind of wanted to just give like a tier idea about where does this belong. But where I think my scale is flawed is like, of course, this is an A+ pour.
Yeah.
But like the question
is better than X or Y?
How A+ is this pour? And so like there's the A++ that's reserved for the pinnacle of whiskey, literally the best ever. And for me, at this moment, unofficially, because we haven't done an episode on it yet, the Parker's Heritage 24 year is my A++ unofficially.
Totally.
I'm not going to give this A++ because I know that I've had better than this, but this is A++.
Nice.
Yeah.
A+.
Yeah, nailed it.
And then a tiny bit more. Yeah.
This is A+, and then if you scratch off one of the 4 nubs on a plus sign, that's that's what this is. It's truly exceptional. Like, clearly Hubba what you immediately recognize this is special. It's a bottle reserved for special occasions. I mean, this fits all of the A+ criteria like handedly. So this is absolutely a fan freaking tastic pour that I wonder where the rest of this went, but I know that I've enjoyed it, and I have good friends who've enjoyed it, and I'm happy to have had this in my life.
How did you get that bottle?
This was a friend of a manager in a store kind of situation. And I made it clear that like this year I have my sights set on William Larue Weller. Please call me. I am all in on William Larue Weller. And I sat for months like hoping, God, please, I hope they get a William Larue Weller. And they did, and they got one, and he called me because I put all my chips on William Larue Weller. So thank you.
Knows what he's doing. Whoever that man was, he knows what he's doing. So.
I know. Yeah. He knows what's up.
Yeah. All right. We've given our ratings, we've given our scores. Let's switch it over to our next segment of the show that we like to call Whiskey World News. All
right, everybody, welcome back. This is Whiskey World News, and today we have an email from the one, the only Found North, everyone's favorite Canadian whiskey blenders. Found North says they are releasing Helldiver 2025, the newest addition to the High Altitude Collection. We all know Helldiver best. It's the red, fruitiest, jammiest High Altitude collection. Therefore it is my favorite High Altitude collection. But they are introducing the 2025 edition of Helldiver. It is a 17-year cask strength whiskey, and they say, since launching the original Helldiver, we've been working on our second release, revisiting the original blend, adjusting the formula, and waiting patiently for the finishing casks to reach peak maturation, and the wait is over. Helldiver 2025 began as a blend of 17, 20, and 24-year corn and 22-year rye. The 20-year corn was critical to the blend, laying a viscous foundation for the Pedro Jimenez casks to import a broad range of sweet, dry, herbaceous, earthy, and spicy qualities without dismantling the whiskey's structure. After 7 additional months in PX, cognac, and new wood casks, the final reblend marks the return of Helldiver. So this episode comes out on, pulling in my calendar, June 23rd. Today, you're listening to this because you're a devoted Chill Filtered listener. It is today.
You've been listening at least 4 times, and you're hooked. No, go
23rd. The lottery to purchase Helldiver opens June 24th, tomorrow. At 12 p.m. Eastern, so 9 p.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Pacific. Oh my gosh. It closes June 26th. So you have 48 hours starting on June 24th to enter into the Helldiver lottery for this delicious sounding whiskey. It is 86% corn this time. Corn ranges from 17 to 24 years, pretty standard Found North stuff. 13%, 22-year rye, and that smidge percent malted barley, which we know is always there. It is cask strength at 112.4. It is further matured in PX sherry, cognac, and New American oak, and that price on this is $170. Cole, are you entering in the lottery?
Oh yeah, I haven't not gotten a bottle of Found North since batch 7.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's I've been entering in every lottery, and when you don't win, your chances double for the next one.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And every time you enter, whether you win or not, your chances double for the next Peregrine release.
So, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Not only is the juice worth the squeeze, but you also are doubling your chances for Peregrine releases in the future. Side note, are you familiar with the phrase "the juice is worth the squeeze"?
My boss or my boss's boss uses that a lot.
But like even before you worked at your current job, were you familiar with the phrase "the juice is worth the squeeze"?
It's intuitive of understanding, but I haven't heard it much. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! So it came up recently, and our nanny was over, and she's I don't know, very young, low 20s or whatever, and like had never heard the phrase, and somebody else had never heard the phrase, and it's like the juice is worth the squeeze.
Think about it. It makes sense. Yeah.
God, that's a bonus. No, that's a bonus. What whiskey would you choose? That's
have you ever heard?
Have you heard the phrase? Is the juice worth the squeeze? That's going to the whiskey world. Or what whiskey would you choose? But anyway,
I like it.
So, tell me again, how does Helldiver, the original, rank among some of what's at the top of your mind of Fountain North?
I think I gave it a close score to the original Peregrine, which is up there. I forget. I almost think I gave that a higher score than like batch 9, to be honest. And batch 9 was a good batch.
Batch 9 was jammy fruity.
Yeah, I want to say. But guess what I got in by the courier today? Heyo!
Oh my gosh!
We get to find out next week.
Yeah.
So,
mine is on the way. Hopefully soon to be received. Hopefully arrives. In the Phoenix heat, it's like 1:0.
Dude, even this was hot when it came in the courier today. The courier must have kept it next to his glutes.
Oh yeah, right. I got it strapped to the inner thigh, just like you normally do with a
it's a hip flask. It's got the curve on the inside.
Hopefully good old Phil wraps it up real tight for me. So I guess we'll see. Yeah,
that's exciting. No, I'm excited because we get to try it next week. I actually still have my sample because they sent 2 samples kind of by accident of Helldiver the first flight. So we should definitely try it side by side.
Do you remember Nick pulled those Helldiver samples for us before the final blend?
Dude, that was like we reviewed Helldiver before it was even announced. Like we had to bleep it out. I forgot.
Those samples were pulled before it was fully knitted together, if you will. So we need to do the pre-knit samples. And I still have a smidge too.
Nice.
Against the released Helldiver against the 2025 sample. We're doing that hopefully maybe with Nick next week. Hopefully.
Oh, that'd be killer. Yeah.
That would be killer. We'll reach out. We'll see.
That'd be fun. I'm excited.
Shimmying on into Whiskey World news. Yeah. So last week we asked you if you had the opportunity to drink from the oldest barrel at any distillery, what would you choose? And first, we put it up to the vote of Cole and my choices, which was Springbank versus Ardbeg, and Springbank pulled it out just a smidge here. 57% to 43 chose Springbank over Ardbeg. I am happy and impressed with how close it was. People are pretty tight on that. Yeah. We got some good write-ins though. We got Whiskey with Max here saying Port Ellen, Glen Scotia, or Kalila. Now Max is the guy.
Those are all very special distilleries. If you look at the geography of all them, it's pretty cool.
And like Max has been to Scotland maybe more recently than any other listener. Max knows what's up. So maybe if you're taking notes on this one, copy off Max. Port Ellen, Glen Scotia, or Kalila. Paul Clarkson wrote in, he said Lagavulin, which would, Lagavulin fits what I said earlier. I said, I should probably branch out and I should go with something that's like normally a little too funky, a little too smoky for me, because maybe it would have mellowed out. So I really like the Lagavulin answer. We got Paul Clarkson.
I got to say something about that real quick. I tried, thanks to the Whiskey Shaman, I was able to get an Ardbeg anthology recently. And I compared that to a Lafroig Lore, which is a really good comparison if you actually like think about it. Dude, Ardbeg blew it out of the water.
Dang, that's exciting.
Yeah.
So second write-in from Paul Clarkson here, which doesn't make sense.
I will skip it.
Yeah, okay, all right. Maybe he accidentally typed something.
He might have messaged us about
no,
it was autocorrect.
It's an autocorrect. Yeah, it's an autocorrect. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll out him on the autocorrect, and his original write-in said labeling. So how about that? Yeah. So Whiskey Drinking Panda wrote in. So pandas are looking forward to so many great Scottish distilleries, but Glenallachie. Do you say that?
I thought it was Glenallachie.
No way, dude.
I don't know.
Oh man, latch. I feel like a Scottish person would not say latch.
Lackey. Maybe it's Glenallachie.
I also don't know. But I think everyone understands what we're going for. Paul, or no, not Paul. Whiskey Drinking Panda says
you're right.
Glenallachie.
Sorry.
Hey, wow, dang. So I know something.
Yeah,
I know something apparently. Brush the shoulder off here.
Yeah.
They have been killing it with releases though. Glenallachie for pandas, Whiskey Drinking Pandas. Matt Town Marketer, he says Bruichladdich. Bruichladdich. I almost went with Bruichladdich. Kilted 518. Mr. Miles Ferguson says Glen Grant. I know they have some 50-year-old. Yeah. If I win the lottery, I will
buy
get
a barrel.
Right, for the Chill Filtered podcast.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Oh man, now get this. We've got from the Instagram handle. It is official.
That's
this guy here is Mile High Marco. He says Middleton Distillery.
Irish baby.
Taking the Irish route. Yeah.
And someone else went Middleton. Yeah.
I know. The next one here too. Whiskey Patty says Middleton as well. So Whiskey Patty and Mile High Marco are going to Ireland together. It's official.
I like that. Yeah.
Whiskey Shaman said, man, that's hard. Bowmore or Glen Scotia? I love the Glen Scotia.
Well pronounced. Because it's not Bowmore. It's Bowmore. You did it right.
Oh, do people say Bowmore?
I used to, believe it or not.
Wow. We've come a long way. And lastly here, Mr. Cody Clark. Wait. Okay, now hold on. Cody the Mouth Clark is the only one staying in these United States.
Surprisingly,
he says Jack Daniels,
which is a great answer.
I know, but like if you are somehow keeping up with the oldest Jack Daniels releases, the 14-year, in a couple of years they're 18-year, if you're keeping up with those, you're keeping up with the oldest barrels they have, because apparently according to Chris Fletcher himself, the oldest barrel that Jack Daniels had is just barely beating out the 14-year release that they came out with. So they're releasing it as they come. So
I love it.
That's exciting. You can live it in real time with them.
Yeah. All right. What's this question this week?
This question this week is, we just pulled this number out of our butts. So if you had $3,000 to spend on whiskey, what would you buy first?
Even if it's secondary.
Had to put a limit somewhere. Yeah. Even if it's secondary though. So, if retail wise, that's almost anything retail wise.
Yeah.
But if you had $3,000 to spend on whiskey, what are you buying first? And I will let you go first.
No, that sounds good. I think we might have a similar answer, to be honest. But the thing is like, hey, you might not be able to find OFC at retail or something like that, but what's findable? Either secondary, you can find it, or retail, you might be able to easily find it, if that makes any sense. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 2024 Eagle Rare 17. Yeah, it was such a good vintage this year, and I do like the idea of collecting Eagle Rare 17s and kind of having a lot of them open at the same time, and like going. But I still have the 2014 on my shelf, and that's gonna get open once I pass my exams.
That's right. Yeah. Wait, hold on. You have been studying lately. Do you have an exam coming up?
Yeah, I have one in August. Yeah,
In
August, like
okay,
early August. Yeah.
So you're a couple months crunch. You're starting to do your sessions. Have you been doing the mock tests lately? Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm not ready to punch a guy on the street yet. So that's
good. That's good. Yeah. Please don't punch anyone.
Yeah. Any victims or innocent bystanders. Yeah.
Yeah. I love the Eagle Rare answer, and that's like that's the last of the so I say that's the last of the antique collection I need too, but here pretty soon I might need a William Larue Weller too, because I only got a smidge
or one of those
left.
2021s too.
Yeah. So anyway, Eagle Rare 17, especially the 24, so good. But I'm gonna make my answer here be King of Kentucky.
Nice. Ron Foreman, baby.
People rave about King Kentucky, and like
and it's good.
It sounds and I've been fortunate enough to try a couple samples.
Nice.
And I've compared it to Old Forester barrel strength blue labels. I've compared it to other stuff too. And it is, I think my tasting notes for one day kind of revolved around the idea that it was so heavy and smoky, but like barbecue smoky, not like scotchy smoky, but like it was like almost like an ashtray for me, smoky.
Nice.
It's just fully palate saturating, smoky, delicious, heavy. So I'm going to go King Kentucky. So when you get your Eagle Rare 17, we can swap samples with a delicate, delicious light bourbon and a unbelievably heavy palate King Kentucky.
The funny thing is that we did let me look this up. One episode 146, we drank a King of Kentucky. It was the 15-year barreled 9.
And do you have any idea who it's from?
It was from Brendan Hunt. Yeah.
Oh, this guy.
Bourbon Charity. Yeah, what a baller. Right? Yeah.
What a baller.
So, and that was good. That was real good. Yeah.
So keep an eye out. Instagram. Yeah. We will be asking you what you would spend your hard-earned cash on if you had $3,000
to spend on whiskey. Where you're like, you get to buy whatever you want, but it has to be whiskey.
Yeah. I would buy a Buffalo Trace bottle and 2,000 Slim Jims.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't answer that.
Yeah, don't do that. You gotta know that like there's no regret in purchasing what you're purchasing. Yeah, you meant it for whiskey. Yeah. All right, that covers that. What are we drinking next week? We've talked about it already.
Good question. Have we talked about it? I don't know.
We're drinking Found North, baby.
Oh, heck yeah, we are. Yeah. Thank you.
And maybe with Mr. Sir Nick Taylor.
Sir.
If
we get knighted by the Queen herself. Yes.
Yeah, by the Queen of Canada. Yeah. So that's why they call it Crown Royal, baby.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Nailing it.
So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. I hope that the next episode of the Reentry Buzz is a really good pour.
I hope that sometime in the near future, on a totally random day of the week where nothing noteworthy happened, you can reach to your E.H. Taylor Seasoned Wood on your shelf and uncork that bad boy and just have yourself a pour for no reason at all.
That's a good point. Yeah. I think I will. But most of all, listeners, I hope that our love of whiskey lifted your spirits. The winner was Crab Rangoon.